Hi, I'm Natalie and this is Danny, and we're members of the practitioner team, and we're here today to discuss the new joint application. So, Danny, can you please explain what the joint work-based learning and practice right application is all about?
Yeah, sure. So this application was created so that we could offer graduate members with over 5 years experience in probate practice the opportunity to qualify as a fellow and a probate practitioner at the same time. So it's a really good application which acknowledges both a member's experience and qualifying employment at the same time, and obviously it gives them the opportunity to qualify with two things rather than one.
Great, lovely. So if a member was to apply for the scheme, would they have a lot more work to do in terms of submitting their applications?
Well, obviously it is two applications, and while we've merged them together, there is more work to do the combined application than there would be just to apply for fellowship or for practice rights on their own. But because it's joint, the idea is that there is less work overall if someone is wanting to apply for practice rights after becoming a fellow.
Great, lovely. So what are the advantages to the applicant in applying for both applications in one joint application rather than applying separately?
So what we did when we started mapping for the application scheme for the joint application, the idea was to look at the learning outcomes for work-based learning and the learning outcomes for probate practice rights, and to see where they linked, so that in the end the logbook sheet for work-based learning and practice rights can be the same one, so less pieces of evidence would be required to meet more outcomes.
Yeah,
so,
that's great.
Yeah, it probably came from the fact that applicants for work-based learning then looking at practice rights were saying, well, you know, I've done this already, can I use it again? And in theory, yes you can, so that's the purpose of this scheme. So that's one benefit. The other benefit is practice rights has an application fee of £450 as a sole application, and fellowship currently is £300.
That's great.
And the joint application, it comes in at £450, so you're basically making a massive saving by applying for the two and getting way more for your money. Other benefits would include that you can work unsupervised from the point of qualification. Obviously, fellowship is giving you practice rights as for oaths, but otherwise your work has to remain supervised because we don't have the ability to give reserved legal activity authorisation at fellowship stage. That's what practice rights is for. So it gives you that straight away instead of that additional step. So it's all just a thing of, you can do it all in one, why do it in two steps?
Yeah, absolutely, great. So it combines the training and the professional registration in one step, so to speak, rather than two quite lengthy steps.
And it's acknowledgement of, you've done 3 years qualifying employment, you've got 5 years in practice experience, you're at the similar level as a solicitor colleague, and then you get the rights the same way. So great.
So we've just discussed the advantages and some of the benefits, but there are other benefits as well, aren't there, for a chartered legal executive to have these kind of practice rights?
Yeah, so practice rights, obviously, they give you this unsupervised ability to conduct reserved legal activities, which obviously can lead off into other things, and we offer entity regulation if individuals are interested in that. But equally, if someone's interested in...
Sorry, can I just interrupt you? Just explain, just very briefly, for our members, what do you mean entity? So it allows them then to apply for entity status. Just explain that very briefly.
So it would mean that as a sole practitioner, you could create your own firm, and for probate, obviously, that would mean administration of estates as well as will writing and general probate work. Which is a benefit, obviously, because otherwise you've got to pass that work over to someone else. But equally, these rights are useful to those who are working in a well-established firm. It gives you the right to obviously charge at a higher rate. You can, you know, have greater respect in the department. You might be able to take a role as head of department because you have that ability to supervise others. So the opportunities really are there, and we really do see it as a benefit to take that extra step, do that slightly extra work to you know, get to that level.
So also it can enhance their employability prospects as well.
Absolutely.
Think about it when you're going up against someone else and you have this individual specialist practice right,
Yes.
rather than, a chartered legal executive perhaps who does not have such rights.
Yeah.
So that's great news too. Especially in today's it's ever changing employability market. The more assets you can have, the more additions you can have, the better you place yourself in today's market. And that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
It all sounds really great. So where can our members find out more information about it, and also where can they download the application form?
Yeah, so all the information is on the CILEx regulation website, which is just www.cilexregulation.org.uk. Really helpfully, the link to the joint application is straight on the homepage. It's on the picture cycle, and you can just click through there, and all the guidance and the application form can be downloaded straight from there.
That's great. So check out our page, special page for joint application of work-based learning and a specialist practice right. Thank you very much, Danny.
Thank you.
Thank you.